Fire up those hips, our top exercises for the hip flexors. We've discussed in our previous videos and blogs the importance of the role the hip flexors play in running and how to test if they're tight or weak. So in this video we discuss our favourite exercises to target the hip flexors. To perform the Psoas March exercise, lay on your back with an appropriate band around your feet. Separate your legs slightly to put tension on the band, then one leg at a time bring your knee up towards your chest as far as you can. Ensure that your low back remains flat on the floor and doesn't overarch. You can progress the Psoas March exercise by having both feet off the ground at the same time. Again, ensure that the low back doesn't overarch when performing this exercise. The advantage of the side-lying banded hip flexion is that you can replicate the swing phase of running when the hip flexors are most active. It's easiest to perform this exercise through a doorway as the wall helps to stabilise your back and pelvis and prevent it from rolling backwards. Ensure good lumbopelvic position when you do this exercise. Don't let the pelvis tilt forward when the leg is extended behind you. The standing banded hip flexion is a progression of the side-lying hip flexion where we add in the extra challenge of balance on the opposite leg. You can use something to help you balance when you perform this exercise, as we want most of the challenge to be on the banded leg. Again, ensure good lumbopelvic position when doing this exercise. Don't let the pelvis tilt forward when the hip is extended behind you. The seated straight leg raises are deceptively tough on the hip flexors. Sitting on the ground with your legs straight out in front of you, bring one knee up to your chest, then slowly lift the other leg as high as possible off the ground. Hold this position for a few seconds, then slowly lower and repeat. Similar to the Psoas March exercise, the standing banded march provides the extra challenge of standing on one leg at a time. The standing march with kettlebell can be a good exercise to put some heavier loads on the hip flexors. Simply hook your foot under the handle of the kettlebell and lift it off the ground. See how heavy you can go. Another advantage of this exercise is that it incorporates ankle dorsiflexion with hip flexion, which is an important combination during the swing phase of running, especially sprinting. The banded mountain climber is simply the mountain climber with the band around the feet. Ensure that the low back remains in a neutral position here. We've previously described using the single leg front plank as a test of hip flexor strength, so you can simply use this test as an exercise. So there you have it. By now you should know why you need the hip flexors, how to test if you need strength, and how to strengthen them. If you need any further assistance, please don't hesitate to contact us at www.healthhp.com.au.